In this video, I'll be showing you a vintage pin curl setting pattern from the 1950s. I'll be showing you how I apply the pin curls and how I brush out the style. For this tutorial, I'll be using this vintage setting pattern and my pin curl sculpture tool. I have everything here and ready. My hair is freshly washed and pretty much dry. It just has a little bit of dampness left, but I've let it dry for over an hour, so I think we are good to go. And I've created my side part, and for this setting pattern, there are 3 horizontal rows consisting of 5 pin curls each, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get 5 because my head is kind of narrow. I might only be able to get to do 4, but you can kind of adjust accordingly with what you can fit. For our first hair section, I'm creating a large square consisting of the bangs, tying off the rest of the hair with a clip. I'm using my rat tail comb to create our first row for the pin curls. I'm going to work back to front, creating that first 1-inch section that will be our first pin curl, saturating it with setting lotion, combing it forward, and beginning to roll it around my pin curl sculpture tool. For rolling, I find it easiest to roll backwards, and then I'm going to pull the curl in the direction that I want it to go before I secure the pin. Make sure all of the hair is included in that curl and none of the ends are sticking out. Once you roll all the way to the base, I like to use my fingernails to grab the hair from within the tool, removing it and pinning it in place with a bobby pin. These pin curls are going to be rolled away from your hair parting. I ended up making 3 pin curls for this first row, and I'm going to repeat this process 3 more times. Depending on how much hair you have and how long it is, you may need to do more or less pin curls in your rows. I find it easiest to work back to front, that way you're not fighting over those pin curls you've already formed to get your bobby pins in. And of course, you do not need to use a tool to create your pin curls if you're capable of just using your fingers. I just like to use the tool because it's all I really know. To make sure that I'm going to be getting a lot of volume in the bang section, I'm pushing those curls and creating a bit more tension, also known as over-directing. I've created 4 rows on the top and I started that side section, but I'm going to show you how I did it on the other side. I'm going to use my rat tail comb to create our sections on the right side of the face. I like to use my ear as kind of a landmark for where that hair parting should begin. You can tie back the rest of your hair, and now I'm going to form my 2 rows, starting to form our first pin curl on the top in the back row. The process of using the pin curl tool will be the same. The only thing that's going to change is the pin curl direction. Be sure to follow the setting pattern to make sure that you're using proper pin curl direction. The pin curls on this side should be going counterclockwise, and on the left side of the face, they should be clockwise. Try to keep in mind the placement of your bobby pin. Because my hair is fine and my bobby pins are new and very tight, I'm able to get away with just pinning one right through the center. If you prefer to use pin curl clips, you can use those as well. I just find those to be less comfortable than a single bobby pin for sleeping. While the setting pattern suggests 3 rows for this side, I was only able to do 2 because so much of my hair was already in the bang section. Now we can move on to the back, where I'm dividing it into 2 sides. Each side will match to the side section as far as the direction that your pin curls are going. The pin curls to the left of the hair parting will be clockwise, and on the right will be counterclockwise. I like to finish it off with a hairnet to keep everything neat and tidy, and I really do think it helps prevent frizz as well. To make sleeping in all these bobby pins more comfortable, I'm using a very long scarf. The ends will provide some extra padding and cushion on the sides over those bobby pins and over my ears. Now I'm going to wear the net and the scarf overnight and wait till the next morning before taking everything out. So it is the next morning. It is 9 o'clock. I slept pretty comfortably. The more padding you have in your hair scarf over those bobby pins or rollers, whatever you're using, it's gonna make it a lot more comfortable. So because the scarf is quite long, there's a lot of extra fabric, and having those layers, I'm a side sleeper, so having those cushions makes it so much more comfortable. You don't have as much pressure of the pins on your head. So I'm gonna remove the scarf and the hairnet and come back for the brush out. If your pin curls are completely dry, when you remove the bobby pins, they should kind of stay in place. They should be taut and very curly. I'm applying a little bit of pomade to the curls to enhance the brush out. This will help me add some shaping to the hair, smooth and shine, and reduce frizz. After some finger combing, I'm going to start brushing out the curls using my Denman D3 7-row styling brush. Always start your brush out at the bottom and work your way up. For the bang section, I'm brushing the whole thing forward and then I'm going to swoop it back to get the most volume. Because this pin curl set had a lot of pin curls and they are on the smaller side, the brush out's going to be a little intense. You're definitely going to want to give yourself ample time to brush out this particular style. But you can reduce brush out time by using a hairbrush like this one that won't make your hair as frizzy and brushes through the curls relatively quickly. I tend to go back and forth between my brushes and my comb, brushing through the curls and adding the shape and the definition with my comb. If you prefer a looser and curlier style, you can definitely keep it looking like this, or you can continue to brush and smooth the hair, which is what I ended up doing. And because the hair is so curly, you may want to use your hairspray in layers, only spraying the parts that you feel are finished. But it seemed like no matter how I brushed and brushed and brushed, I wasn't going to lose the curl or definition, and could re-add the curls in later and also use some duckbill clips for some extra shaping in the bang area. Pair with the Glamorous 1950s Pincurl hairstyle, I'm wearing a wiggle dress from the 1950s with supporting undergarments. I hope you enjoyed this vintage Pincurl setting pattern tutorial and that you'll join me in my next video soon.